Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss two new clues that reveal Courtney Cox might actually not be in Scream 6 after all. Now while these clues may not tell us the whole story of what's going on behind the scenes, they could definitely be indicators that there has been a change of plans or direction for the character of Gale Weathers in Scream 6. Let's go! So Production Weekly, which is the trade publication for the film and television industry, has made a change to the cast list of Scream 6, and I'm not just talking about the core 4 and Hayden Panettiere. Now take a look at the previous issued information about Scream 6 prior to this week that we had from Production Weekly. You'll notice here where the arrow is, we have the cast listed just as Courtney Cox. It's been this way for a little while now. Remember, we got the big announcement. All the media outlets were reporting Courtney Cox had signed on. She did that interview with Vanity Fair. It was all a big deal, and it went all over the place. And then we see Courtney Cox has been listed again here on the official cast list for a little while, and that's the only cast member that we've known of for the last probably a month or so, approximately. And so we've been waiting for this news to break. And of course, we know it did yesterday with the news of Hayden Panettiere, and of course, the day before with the news of the Core 4 returning. So with all that in mind, now let's take a look at the new version or the most recent version of Production Weekly. And let's take a look at the cast list now for Scream 6. We see Melissa Barrera, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Mason Gooding, Jenna Ortega, and Hayden Panettiere. And, oh, wait a minute. That's it. Hold on a second. What's going on here? We're missing a name. Where is Courtney Cox? What happened to Courtney? She's not on the current cast list anymore. Now, what makes this super interesting is because she was there before. It's not like she's never been on it. And we're just like, well, we're just waiting for this big announcement to come, like for Nev. Like Nev Campbell has never been on this list, so we're all just kind of waiting for that announcement to drop or not drop, whichever the case is, whether her decision is to come back or to not come back. But this is different. Courtney was on the list. She was officially in. She was there, and now, folks, she is not there. She has been removed from the cast list. And if you even look down at the bottom where it gives the description here at the very, very bottom, the next installment will pick up with Sam, Mindy, Chad, and Tara, 4 survivors of the most recent batch of Ghostface killings, as they leave Woodsboro behind and start a fresh chapter. And then, of course, there's the filming dates, working title Blackmore. So even in this description here, we don't have any mention of Courtney Cox or Gale Weathers whatsoever. Now, to add a little more fuel potentially to this fire is if we look at the current Production Weekly with the show Shining Vale, which is Courtney Cox's new show she's on. It's been renewed for a second season on Starz. Well, take a look here. For Shining Vale, the production status is summer of 2022 in Los Angeles. Now, this is interesting, guys, because this is now overlapping the filming time frames for Scream 6. Now, again, this doesn't mean it can't be worked out. I mean, when Nev Campbell had been on, multiple times, especially like in season 3, she was committed to some stuff. She only had 21 days to shoot back then, I think it was. So it does not necessarily mean she's not in it because of this alone. But what's interesting is that we see this production in the summer. We know she's still in this show, so she's still going to be filming in the summertime. which of course we know is the same time that Scream 6 is filming. So it's very interesting to me that we have this update and we have no Courtney Cox listed in the cast, with the cast rather, and then we also see Courtney Cox's show, which we know she's in, is filming in the summer of 2022. Now, granted, their dates aren't listed here for Shining Vale. It just says summer. But listen, guys, Scream is filming from June 6th to August the 10th. That is, that's the bulk of your summer months right there. So again, does not mean 100% that she couldn't do both. She could come on for Scream 6. She could fly on weekends and do other shows. I mean, there's ways to do it. So I get that. But it's just interesting when you combine it with the fact that she's not listed on the official cast list anymore in Production Weekly. Very, very, very interesting. At the very least, it's worth talking about. Now, this could all just be a situation where it's smoke and no fire, but I think that based on these two things, we have to at least say there's some smoke there. This could possibly be the smoking gun that Courtney Cox isn't coming back. And could you imagine, guys, if we get a Scream 6 with no Courtney Cox and no Neve Campbell, like neither one returned for the 6th film, and instead they bring in Kirby. They bring Kirby back to try to soften the blow of not having Gail and Sydney in the film. And it's possible. It's absolutely possible. I mean, I'm already have this weird gut feeling that Nev's not coming back, and I'm hoping that I'm wrong. Nothing would make me happier than to get an announcement, even today, later today, or tomorrow, that says Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox are back. I would just be through the roof and say, yes, I'm so glad I was wrong on this. But I'm just getting that feeling, and it's getting harder and harder to ignore it for me, that Nev's not going to come back for 6. I just get the feeling. And honestly, the return of Hayden as Kirby almost makes it more likely in my mind that Neve will not come back, because I really see Kirby and Sydney in this current universe, in this trilogy, they would be very much the same kind of character, because we saw Sydney being that mentor character, so to speak, to Sam, trying to help her, be there for her. And I see Kirby being that same exact type character in 6. I think she's going to be that mentor that's kind of helping. She could be the professor. She could be the therapist, that type of a role, counselor, and she's helping them. And I do believe that if Neve Campbell's not coming back, and now maybe Courtney's not coming back, then Radio Silence has got Hayden in there as Kirby. And I think that means Kirby will probably be in the entire movie, because I think they're going to need her to help kind of cushion the blow of not having Neve Campbell back, and possibly Courtney Cox as well. Well, guys, listen, I just wanted to get this out really quick to you. I'm going to leave it there. I think this is something that we should definitely talk about more. Give it some thought, and I want to know what you think about it. What do you think about this change to the cast list, which is now omitting Courtney Cox, and also that the filming time coincides with the production of Shining Vale Season 2. I want to know what you're thinking about it, what's your theories, what's your gut feeling about all this news, and I want to know what you have to say about it, because I want to talk to you about it more. Well, guys, listen, that's going to be it for this update. Again, leave your comments below. We'll definitely engage in some discussion. And don't worry, though, I'll be back with more Scream and other horror movie content very soon. Again, this information is coming out rapidly, so stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so make sure you get the updates when I put them out. And until next time, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thanks for watching.